Hi, hello everyone. Hi, this is Souradeep here. A very good evening to all of you. Am I audible to all of you? Please let me know. Great, thanks. So we will take the market from here on. As you know that yesterday a big uncertainty about the election results were over. So UP was very important election for 2024 because UP is such a state that sends almost 70 to 80 people, 80 MPs to the Lok Sabha, and to win Indian elections, it is very important to win UP. So if BJP would have lost UP, what would have that meant is that BJP might not have been a very strong candidate for 2024 election. And in that case, because you can see the state of Congress right now, so there is not a very big national party against BJP at this point, unfortunately, because in democracies it is a bit expected that there are two big parties at least who can actually uh, in a strong position to form a government. But otherwise, what happens is that small parties are in a situation to form government, and I'm not. I don't have anything against the small parties, but only thing is that if there are a lot of heads who are there in the decision making, what may happen is that or what has happened in past also in countries is that the decision making in terms of economy gets a little bit slow. And if the decision making gets a little bit slow, what happens is that the stock market doesn't do a lot great. So from the stock market perspective, it is important that there is a uh, government in the whichever government it may be, but there is a government in the center with a strong party having a good number of MPs, which can be any party. Okay, but in this case, right now, it was because of the weakness of the Congress. There was a little bit of doubt in the mind that what can happen, and what I expected is that if uh, I would say that uh, BJP would have lost. All of you know that I have asked you earlier to think in terms of that if BJP would have lost, we might have fallen to 12,000 kind of a Nifty now. Now you can see that as we have discussed this earlier also that this descending triangle was formed and uh, and legitimate target according to this descending triangle was around this level of 15,700, and it came to 15,700, and from there it had bounced very strongly 1100 point bounce. Okay, and now again there was a green positive day, but it is again below this 16,800. See, Indian market or any global market right now would had no a background. If I change white, a lot of things would change. Okay, uh, so uh, so what I am trying to say here is that as you can see uh, here, what is happening is that Nifty is falling. So over the last 1 month or February totally and the part of March, what was happening is that our market had two worries. One was the UP election outcome, and other was the outcome UP election outcome. Other was the global war that is going on in Russia and Ukraine. And we had seen actually many funny things happen due to this. Okay, I would like to show you this. This is the commodity basket which I have. Okay, so you can see what has happened to the commodities. Okay, in between due to the war, like the way they have jumped. Aluminium, you can see The most severe was nickel. I have not seen in anything a move like this in my life. From a 2000 level, it went to 5500 and then it fell, then it went up, then it fell. Zinc also you can see, but not that big a move. Zinc you can see it moved from 295 to 375. Lead you can see, iron you can see. We will like to see a little bit of agri commodities also, like because wheat was running very sharply. So wheat future, you can see the way it went up and now it is falling. Still, it is at a very elevated level and very threatening for countries, which countries can face huge, I would say, hunger problem due to this. Let us look at corn. So you can see what I am trying to show you is that the inflation was very high. Okay, the inflation was very high, and the world was reeling under inflation. Okay, and US was imposing one after another sanction. So inflation was running like this. You can see the corn prices has from 2020 already in the double. Sugar, if I show you, the sugar prices are also, you will see, at multi-year high. Okay, so this was the sugar price in $19. So everything is very expensive right now, and life is very difficult for everybody. I would say those people who are not very rich in any country, life is quite difficult, and especially in countries like India, life is difficult. And that is why what is happening is that due to high inflation, companies are not having a great margin in their business. So if you are an automaker, what is happening is that the steel prices has gone up and the crude oil prices has gone up. And crude oil prices, if you see, has gone up so much, and our in our country, because the elections were going up, they did not raise the crude oil, the petrol prices, and crude oil prices have shot up from 80 odd level to, so from 85 it went to 130, and still they have not increased petrol prices. So you can see the crude oil prices have risen more than 50%. So there can be 30, 40, 50 rupees hike in prices. They had not, so that part we were saved, but it may come right now because the elections are over, and I don't know how the government will tackle it, but obviously some price rise will come. Okay, now if you can see in this environment, everything becomes expensive. Like if you are talking about if you are talking about a company like Asian Paints, so going to all, okay, Asian Paints, if you see, the main raw material is crude oil, and you can see how the stock had fallen from 3100 to 2600. Okay, similarly, if you are talking about a stock like Maruti, okay, so main raw material is again metals, and you can see how it had fallen that point of time. So a lot of companies will face margin pressure during this time, and margin pressure is yet to hit because it has been only Feb and March, fag end of Feb and March it is having. January was good, but the next quarter, when this kind of inflation will remain, all companies will post very bad results. So in that case, if the war persists, or if you can see Russia Ukraine, the situation is not improving. Okay, the situation is really not improving. uh, uh, so positive shift, but situation is not improving, and even if the things are right, I don't think that US will immediately remove sanctions from Russia. So what may happen is that all the raw materials that we were observing here can remain high for quite some point of time, and this is a very bad situation because the inflation, this high inflation, most of the global markets, the global companies cannot sustain. And in that case, you can see an earning decline in in the case of Nifty, Bank Nifty, everything. and only sector that may actually survive is the IT. So the Nifty IT also have started moving up. As you can see, it has started moving up. So if I am talking about stocks like Infi, it looks very good right now to me. I have spoken about Infi many a times in my groups, in my Twitter handle, everywhere in the StockEdge club. Many a times I have spoken about Infi that this was a great level of support. This has held. Now it has started going up. Today also in the TMP, I discussed about Infi, the possibility of it going to probably 1950, the previous high, and it may actually cross there and go. Okay. So TCS, let us look. Tata Consultancy. Uh, See, if TCS starts going above this trend line. See, right now, Nifty also is at a very important juncture below 16,800. Let us take it from there. Okay. So what can Nifty do? Right now, Nifty, as long as this is not crossed, 16,800 is not crossed, Nifty can fluctuate between 16,400 or 16,200. You can say 16,200. So this level becomes very important right now, 16,200. Okay. So this 16,200 to 16,800 can be the immediate range. It can fluctuate in between. Once it crosses 16,800, probably it will become more bullish. Probably it will become more bullish, and eventually 17,000 it will become more bullish. Okay. Bank Nifty, if I'm talking about. So Bank Nifty also, you can see there was a very sharp decline, and Bank Nifty obviously declined much more than Nifty because of the reason that Nifty IT is still strong in the Nifty, but Bank Nifty doesn't have Nifty IT component. So as long as it does not stays above 35,200, 300 or 34,400, you can assume it to be weak, and it can again fall due to this high inflation. Okay. So we will uh, think about strong positioning in Bank Nifty only if it crosses above 35,200, 300. And the support right now remains at 34,000. 34,000 right now can be a good support. If this breaks, again 32,000 can be there. Okay. Now let us look at so these are all old supports that have helped Bank Nifty to revive. If you see 32,000, then there was a 30,200, and then there was 34,000. So all these were the past levels which are acting as supports in the case of Bank Nifty. Now, if I'm talking about stocks, see, individual stocks are doing good, not on the sectoral basis. If I look at the global frame actually, so you can see this is the global frame, and last 1 week India has been one of the better performer along with DAX, because there is some hope in resolution of the war, and India, because of the election results, has been one of the better performers in the last few days. From 7th you can see, and the CNX IT has been the best performer. Okay. Now again, if I go to the sectors in India, if you can see, CNX Realty, the banks which have fallen most has and small cap, mid cap has risen quite a bit, but and much outperform the Dow Jones index. But actually, if you see in the overall scenario, the best performing index remains this Nifty IT. Okay, let us quickly also look at this global frame a little bit. See, this is the US 10-year yield. Again, if you see, it has risen this week because earlier, due to the war, there was flight to safety, and it has fallen to this level of 1.7 kind of a level, and that I posted also. It can fall to 1.7. Now it has started rising, and I think it will rise quite fast due to the kind of inflation we are observing. So we may possibly see a very sharp rise in inflation and US bond yield, and that will be bad for market. Okay. This is the dollar index. This had risen quite sharply due to the movement in the due to the US-Ukraine war, due to the movement in the commodity, and you can see it is on the way to move towards 101. 99 has become a resistance this channel, but can eventually go towards 101 and then 104. So these things are bad for market, but generally these things will be good for IT industry. So my suggestion will be you look at all the IT stocks and try to position in them. This is the Nifty IT index. So if I look at few stocks like take M right now. So again, trying to move past this zone. You can see this is the zone of Quartils RSI has gone above 50. Uh, you can see that it had falling and then starting to go up right now. Okay. Similarly, ACL take today shows hint of breakout. Okay, not a very strong breakout, but hint of breakout. Here, ACL take showed a hint of breakout. If stays about 1200 can do good. In terms of Cipla as a stock, it is looking great to me. If I show you the weekly chart, uh, Cipla looking good. I posted in the group also, and I posted in the Twitter also about Cipla. So if I go there, you will find that I have posted about the Cipla also here, that can go to 1275 if sustains above 1005. Okay. Now, if I'm talking also about this stock, BSC, it has been out of the world right now. The way it is moving, you can see if it crosses this high, it can still go higher. Okay, and this high is, I have not discussed this stock because breakout happened yesterday when the election results were being counted. So I did not discuss any stocks while that thing was on. Okay, so high was 2868. Above this can rally. CDSL, another stock that actually rallies with this, has started rallying again, and I'm quite optimistic on it if it sustains above this 50.05. Another is MCX. So started rallying. You can see a very deep kind of fall, and if it stays above this, I would say 1450, you may see a good rally into this stock, because, or 1460, because as the political thing has resolved, it is time to look at this kind of stocks, okay, which are not directly affected by higher inflation. So MCX obviously above this 1460 level. Okay, the sugar stock have been doing good. Like you can see the Awadh Sugar, Triveni, every sugar stock, okay, today doing great. Hampur, all sugar stock actually doing good. And I also discussed this stock of uh, UTI Asset Management in the TMP. It has started going up. Okay, it has started going up. It looks good to me. Can go towards 1095 if it stays above 912. So these are the stocks. Few pharma stocks, as I showed you, looks good. Sun Pharma also is one of them. And I will like to discuss about Vedanta because I am getting a lot of questions about this. Laurus Labs also I did not share because Raja already had shared it. So above this level, Laurus Labs can do good, and Sun Pharma. Okay. Now, if I see Sun Pharma is also on the verge of breaking out, so possibly we can see a good move in Sun Pharma if it sustains above this 910, 908. Now, I am getting a lot of queries in terms of Vedanta because all the commodity prices are flying. But I would like to show you the monthly chart. See, if you look at the monthly chart, you can see a clear resistance here. So until and unless it is staying above 400, I would be a little bit skeptical in being bullish in this stock. Okay, because the war can be a short-term event, and this stock can again start falling if this is the end of the cycle, suppose. stock can start falling like this towards 100 kind of a level. This is a cyclical stock, and that's what it does many times. So many questions I am getting about this Vedanta stock, so wanted to discuss this separately, that this can be a stock which is avoid at this point of time. People are getting excited because the prices of the commodities are going up and asking many questions. Last, I would like to discuss gold a little bit. See, if you look at gold, it had gone to the previous high and now pulling back, and it has pulled back very sharply. As soon as there is de-escalation now, what happens is that gold pulls back from that level, and it has not crossed previous high levels, and it is pulling back level. And if there is actual de-escalation happening, gold can easily fall towards this 1600 kind of a level. That is the kind of instrument gold is. So don't be very greedy about investing in gold right point of time. Gold is a kind of instrument that you look to invest when there is calm, not when there is a kind of this kind of a situation going on. So obviously, if gold starts trading about 2100, then you gung ho in a gold, because it is not exactly cup and handle, but this top peak, this peak is not up to that, but kind of a structure. Then you have a 600-700 point additional move about 2100 in gold. But as long as it is below 2100, there is no reason for one to be remain very bullish in the gold thing. Now, as there is 7-8 minutes left here, I would like to take few questions, not stock specific questions, obviously. Nifty metal, if you are asking me, remains quite bullish, can run quite a bit, because all the stocks, like if I talk about Hindalco, okay, remains bullish in the weekly chart, but still getting rejected. See, from a level of 630, it is getting rejected. About all the stocks, it is happening because there is a rejection from higher levels. Why it is happening? Because uh, this is happening because there is a de-escalation, and that's why they seem to be actually falling back. Any stock, JSW Steel, you will find that as soon as there will be de-escalation, they will start correcting from this level. So not very sure about the metal stocks. Every metal stock, if I talk about SAIL also, you will find the same structure. Either they are near the resistance, they are not breaking away. So you have to understand, if the steel does not only require ferrous, and the ferrous ore prices are also going up. So in that scenario, it is very difficult for metal stocks to do a great in this kind of an environment. And also like to show you one thing. See, discipline is at the end of the day discipline. This is crude oil strategy. As you can see, four wrong trades, and I have started. I have mentioned this week there will be no more trade, because right now what is happening is that in every move, even if it is going in the right direction, see, even if it is going in the right direction, what is happening here? The overall volatility due to the war is so much that this small bit of fluctuations are, even if the overall move is right, our usual stop loss of 0.5% is getting hit within 1 or 2 minutes of trade. So as long as the war is there, I would say that you have to trade with a bigger stop loss, or don't trade this strategy. Please remember, I have not seen any war kind of a situation, and my strategy has never faced a war kind of situation. Even in a war kind of situation, last week was phenomenal with 9 good trades and 2 bad trades. This week, it has been bad only because the fluctuations has uh, increased, and the level from 105, 106 has gone to 130 kind of a level. So no trade if there are 4 net wrong trade. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7, 8. So out of these 8 trades, 2 were right, 6 were wrong. So 4 net wrong trade means no more trade for the remaining of the week. So you can understand the kind of fluctuations right now happening. Try to avoid this also, because war is an uncertain situation and war won't last. See, maximum 1 month. It won't last in a war-like situation like this. Okay, so things will be normal. So patiently wait till the situation resolves. So I showed you that all auto stocks are. Don't please ask me stock specific question again. I'm saying Nifty auto. I am going. Uh, so if you go to the Nifty auto, you can see that it had dipped a lot. Again, it is below resistance. Tata Motor, everything. Tata Motor, Tata Motors is like this. Okay, so did not come to this level, but not very bullish also. Okay, right now, if I'm looking at the weekly chart, not very bullish also. Below this resistance, this is the resistance zone 430, 450. Because see, nobody will buy cars with no, or rather nobody, but car purchase will become very less if crude remains this high. Okay, and the metal prices are high, so the things also are going to get richer. Right now, one sector that can do good is the real estate sector. Why? Because you know the kind of raw material cost pressure that normal projects will see is quite huge. Compare that with brands like Shobha, Oberoi. Okay, there it is more about the location and the brand value. So slight escalation in the price, or escalation in the price of the construction, because construction cost as a part of the project is very less. So you can understand this stocks started going up. Oberoi Realty, Lodha, if I show you, these have started going up. Started going up, not still bearish, but started going up. Only thing that I can tell you is that IT, if rupee, the way USD INR has behaved, if you go here, USD INR, if I show you chart, so you can see USD INR had again revisited 77. This was the March 2020 high. As there is political stability right now, it may not move past this 77. It had moved past that level also, but it may calm down right now if the crude oil comes down. But this is a kind of a scenario. And let us look at the way the Forex Reserves has behaved. So I'm going to investing.com. Okay. In the news economy calendar, I'm going there. So Indian forex reserves are steady because in spite of this high crude oil. Because why? Because a lot of FDI will come right now, because for at least next 5 years, 6 years, they can hope for a stable government at the center, and that's why a lot of investment come in the FDI. Though the expenses in terms of crude oil outflow will be high, but a lot of inflow can come. So the rupee dollar can remain in this high range because of the crude factor, and overall, at least I would say the IT stocks should be doing good. IT stocks should be doing good. What stocks should be doing bad business wise? I think Nifty FMCG, because the margin pressure should be huge. One FMCG stocks which is not deterred by the kind of demand destruction due is Colgate, because whether it price goes up or down, you have to use your this is the global Colgate I have opened. Sorry, Colgate India. So it has started showing a move past this level. If I go to the daily chart, RSI bullish divergence was there, started going up. Now, if it stays above 50, 25, 15, 35, even it becomes expensive, everybody has to use this for cleaning their mouths, so cleaning their teeth. So have a look at this. Now I will hand it over to Vivek sir. Hi sir. Hi. Thanks for being here. Hi sir. Can you hear me, Vivek sir?
Hi. Hi. Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Good evening, Souradeep. I hope
You
you
are
guys are
audible,
able
sir.
to hear
Thank
me.
you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys are able to hear me. If you are able to hear me, please send a confirmation. Thank you, Ramakrishna, Jagdish, Ninad, and other people. Just hold for a minute, please. Sorry, it's an important call from my house. Just hold for a minute. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I had an important call from my house, so I had to pick this. I always prefer to pick my call from my house because you never know what can be the reason to call. Okay, so quickly, so these Friday sessions are generally meant to discuss what we feel is happening in the market right now, and we obviously we express our opinion based on our understanding of the market. Shoradeep and I have been trying this for many months now, and I welcome all of you, all StockEdge Premium members, StockEdge Club members, and TMP members for this session. And I hope you will come every Friday because this 1 hour is definitely very important for you to get a holistic understanding of the market. Unfortunately, we will not be able to take questions in this session. This is largely a monologue where we will discuss, and do connect with us either in social platform if you're part of StockEdge Club, or anyways, if you're part of TMP, then you can connect with us through WhatsApp as well. We'll be happy to help you in your understanding of any query which you may have for us. चलिए, so let's talk about the market first. तो अभी क्या चल रहा है मार्केट के अंदर में कि देखिए, finally I've been speaking about it, and all the followers of our platform, they know that how much I've been talking about dollar index. And I think there are some data points which Indian retail trader or investor have started tracking very closely, and we would like to take credit of those data points, particularly dollar, because we have been very candidly talking about dollar. So dollar obviously is in a mini uptrend, and largely dollar is the trend of dollar is because of yield, US yield curve going up, and US yield curve is going up because inflation is going up. This is the narrative which is there since last 2 months, and this will stay here for some more time. तो डॉलर अगर स्ट्रांग होता है तो obviously globally markets become jittery. That's why globally markets were anyways jittery. So if you look at Nifty vis-a-vis dollar, it was already showing a fair bit of jitteriness, although there was always a buying propensity because Nifty is such a tough instrument to sell for FIIs. Even though they will sell in terms of stocks, but when it comes to domestic buyers, there's enough buyers in the market. So Nifty was showing resilience there, but Nifty has gone down and dollar has gone up. Now Nifty has taken a small support around 16 to 70, which is 55 period moving average of weekly contract. Right? So this is the status. Market still remains weak. We have to understand this, that market may have recovered, stocks may have recovered, but the underlying tone of the market is still weak because inflation is going up, political uncertainty is there. There is another round of China scare, COVID scare, which is coming in China. So it's not uh, it's not the same market which we saw in March 2020, that market will go down and recover fast. March 2020 inflation rate was low. Now the inflation rate is quite high. So it's not going to be easy for the governments or the central banks to reduce interest rates. In fact, they have to increase the interest rates, and that's what yield curve does. It shows you the kind of interest rate which should be done by the government. So it is not going to be an easy market. Again, repeating, you may get money in short term, you may feel left out, that there was an opportunity, we were not able to make money, but this is not the market to go all in. You should be very conservative in the market. That is the primary thing which I want to talk about. Secondary, talking about commodities, we all know what is happening with Brent, thanks to the global uncertainty, and because of Russia and Ukraine issue, agri commodities have been madly going up. There is no sign of solace there. I think the agri commodity basket is strong and it will remain strong for some time. Look at the commodities like cotton, etc. So we are living in a world where commodity prices are going up, dollar is going up, interest rates is going up, and all these three variables are not conducive for equity. So do not expect that equity market will go up in a hurry. All right. This is one submission which I wanted to give to all of you. The other thing which I wanted to discuss with you is what should be our strategy? How do we participate in the market? So remember this, that no participation is also a participation. No trade is also a trade. Remember this. जरूरी नहीं है कि हमको हर वक्त काम करना है. समझदार आदमी वही है जो कुछ को पता है कि काम कब नहीं करना है. This market is not for weak hearts. Yes, you can get 10%, 20% movements in stocks. You can try to capture those movements, and I'll tell you how to do that. In fact, in my previous session in YouTube Live, we talked about a strategy and it works so well. I'm going to share that with you. But the point is that the market is not conducive for a long rally play in any stock. Until Nifty closes above 200-day moving average, at least I am not going to venture and go aggressive in the market. So where is Nifty 200-day moving average? So let me just find out. So Nifty 200-day moving average is here, 16,700. So जब तक ये उसके ऊपर कन्विंसिंग क्लोज नहीं देता है, तब तक मैं मार्केट के अंदर में बहुत एग्रेसिव पैसे नहीं डालने वाला. That has been my stance for many days, and I still continue to retain that stance. Having said that, for people like me who are there in the market, whose life depends on the market, you obviously want to do something in the market. So how do you participate in something which is happening in the market? Okay. Very difficult to participate in indices for overnight basis because overnight risk बहुत ज़्यादा carry करते हो आप. So the best way to participate in the market is, if you want to participate in Nifty and Bank Nifty, is to trade intraday. और इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग में भी मैं हमेशा सजेस्ट करता हूं कि ऑप्शंस, and Chetan bhai is a master in options, so intraday option strategy would be more advisable if at all you want to trade Bank Nifty and Nifty. But let me talk about stocks. Stocks में मैं कैसे काम करूं? So if you have been following me, you have been hearing me, I've been talking about various ways you can identify stocks जहां पे momentum आ सकता है, जहां trading की जा सकती है. We talked about stock combination called strong and 52-week high zone. So let me show you this. Let's go to my StockEdge. Let's go to my combination, and let's go down. Let's see strong and 52-week high. what is the parameters which I've used? Close within 52-week high zone, strongly outperforming benchmark index in 1 week and 3 month, strongly outperforming sector index in both 1 week and 3 month. Okay, and I get the list of the stocks here. This is the list of the stocks as of yesterday. Okay, and obviously I had this list for previous few days also. So this is the list of the stock which I had. Okay, and the idea of this is that stocks which are within that 52-week high zone, मतलब जो तेजी के घोड़े और जो मार्केट को आउटपरफॉर्म कर रहे हैं उन्हीं में हम काम करें. So let's talk about few stocks which have been there for last few days. So this was the one which I did, I think on 9th of March और आज 11th हो गए. तो GNFC was there, and look at the movement this stock has shown. Very simple analytics which we need to do is, if you are doing, and I am repeating this again and again because people are not able to use it. Obviously when you are part of the club, you know the ideas which we are generating, but this is a daily chart and this is 2-hourly chart. Okay, if you are a shorter tenure swing trader, which I would suggest right now we should be, you should look at breakouts in 2-hourly chart, and if the stock is going super trend positive and RS is greater than 0 in both 55 period and 21 period EOD. Okay, 2-hourly RS 55 I'm looking at. In both 55 period and 21 period EOD, if RS is positive and the stock is giving me breakout, I will participate in that breakout. Okay, I'll give you a classic trade which I generated this week. A classic trade. So let me show you this. And I mean, at times in the market, you have to keep your patience because market will reward people who are patient. Okay. Now let me show you a trade which I generated 1 day ago. So this was the trade which I generated of Bombay Stock Exchange. So BSC was strong, daily 55 period, daily 21 period. 2-hourly basis, BSC became strong and it gave a breakout here. That breakout range was this, and the price that time was 23.22, and I gave a call that it is looking strong. Okay, what happened to BSC after that? Immediately after this, from 23.32, look at the movement this stock has given. Obviously we were lucky that we got this movement, but then we are here in the market to be lucky, right? Anyone in the market to become unlucky? No, we are lucky that the movement happened in 2-3 days, and I'm still holding on to the stock. I have not squared up the stock. Some people may like to book 50% profit and trail the rest. Everyone have their own ways and means of participating, but this is definitely something which helped me in my making small profit from this particular stock. And how much capital did I deploy? So if suppose I deploy 10 lakh for every stock, so at this point I deploy 25%, right? um, why didn't I deploy 10 lakh? No, I will not deploy 10 lakh, right? Because I don't know where the market is. If market was closing above 200 DMA, I would have deployed 10 lakh or 1 crore or 10 crore, whatever amount, whole amount I want to deploy in the stock. Okay, but if I am here with limited capital and if I am to rationalize my trading, then I will never deploy full capital in this stock at this level. So every time when the stock retraces and give a breakout again, then there is an opportunity to deploy more capital. I'll give you another stock, Balrampur Chini. This also I discussed. Again, I'm not, I'm not giving you stock recommendation or stock tip. I don't believe in that theory, but I'm telling you the simplicity of this system, the power of trading your own system. Then Balrampur Sugar, this was Dhampur, sorry, Balrampur. Look at this. I told Balrampur looking strong, gave a breakout. I actually identified it late. Oh, this is Dhampur, sorry. Where is Balrampur? Actually, both are Dhampur. Unfortunately, I copied both Dhampur. Sorry, this is Balrampur. So strong breakout, 460. What's the price right now? It's around 488. Simple system, no rocket science, patience. What is needed is patience. Sure, we will go wrong as well. Don't get me wrong, okay? When I'm saying that trades have worked, and I know there'll be trades which have not worked for me. For example, Infosys. Now, Infosys, I said yes, it will go up. Did it go up? So let me check. When did I mention this? Infosys. No, not that I said it will go up. Yeah. 3 days ago, I said time to look at IT stock. I'm building small positions. Infosys was the stock. 1768 was the price that time. And obviously, I've started building small position in this stock. So still 1822, huh? Not bad. 1768 and 1822. So I'm still in profit. Why did I mention this? Infosys, again, the same logic. Positive, above moving averages, and strong stock on 2 hourly basis. So my humble submission to all of you is that just make one good combination in StockEdge. Get the list of stock from that combination. Upload. And now we have made that process so simple for all of you. Just download this Excel. I mean, I can't simplify market more than this for everyone. I cannot. And now if you are not using this for your advantage, then this it's not my mistake. Copy everything, because now we have added comma, and just add the list of stock in your trading view, and all you need to do is रात को बैठ के चार्ट स्टडी करो, और जिस चार्ट में आपको लगता है कि यहाँ पे मुझे एक पार्टिसिपेशन करना चाहिए नेक्स्ट डे के लिए, or for 2-3 days swing days. This Bharti is looking so impressive. See, yes, I may go wrong. Please don't get me wrong. I'm never saying that I'm always right. हम लोग गलत तो होंगे ही, और गलती में पैसे तो लगेंगे ही. So that is a basic hypothesis which I have for my market participation कि गलत. But point ये है कि मैं कितनी जल्दी अपने ट्रेड को काटता हूँ, और मैं कितना कम गलत होता हूँ, और मैं कितना ज्यादा प्रॉफिटेबल होता हूँ. That is the whole game which we have to understand. And so you will find, as you gain confidence, you work with us, you practice with us, you remain with us for a long period of time, and I wish all of you remain with us forever in StockEdge Social as part of the StockEdge Club member. You will find that whole working to be so scientific and so logical. So all I need you guys to do is, I mean, ये देखिए स्टॉक्स, देखिए आप कैसे ये वर्क करता है, कैसे मॉडल वर्क करता है. तो कोई न्यूज नहीं देखना है, कोई कुछ स्टोरी नहीं सुननी है. ऑल यू नीड टू डू स्टॉकेज से हमको स्टॉक्स निकालने हैं, ट्रेडिंग व्यू में डालना है, और वो लिमिटेड स्टॉक्स पे अपने को एनालिसिस करना है, अलर्ट्स डालना है, और जब भी हमारा अलर्ट आएगा उस वक्त हमको ट्रेड करना है. At any point of time, you will have probably 20 trades open if you have large capital. If you have small capital, probably 10 to 12 trades open. उसमें से 60% to 70% max will be accurate. But the one which will be accurate, you will make a lot of money. And the one you will be losing will be the one जो उतना accurate नहीं होगा. That is it. So swing trading, anyone interested, this is the best flow, and I've been using it for many years now. And the more you practice it, the better you'll become in this. All right. So this is what I wanted to discuss with all of you. I hope you find it useful. And Souradeep obviously is great in making a macro view on the market. I just want to throw a caveat that crude oil is an extremely volatile instrument. So people who can't handle volatility should avoid crude oil. But having said that, volatility in commodities really gives an opportunity to make money, but you need to have that strong heart to make money from commodities. And in equity, you can have futures, you can have cash market or options to trade, and there is ample opportunity in the market all the time to trade. Okay, either as a short swing trader or a long swing trader. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. As I said, no, I will not be able to take questions, but I really appreciate all of you joining. Almost 300 people have joined today. and this is pretty much the number we see every weekend. So I hope to see you guys again. And if you are part of StockEdge Club, feel free to. By the way, I've made one face-to-face live today with विजय कुमार शर्मा. प्लीज ये फेस टू फेस आपको देखना ही है. You promised me that you are going to see this face to face. This is going to be extremely one of the most important face to faces you would have seen with me. So already 5,000 people have seen in 1 hour, but it's a almost 2 hours face to face. So it has so much learning that you will be amazed with the kind of content this person has shared with us. And obviously, you'll be proud of me that I've been able to get maximum from him. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend, and feel free to connect with me through StockEdge Social, or for TMP members, I'm always there to help you. Thank you, Suuradeep, and thank you to my lovely team for organizing this. Bye bye.